All right, let's turn to Washington, D.C., where the federal government has federalized the Washington police force. They have now put troops on the ground. They have put hundreds of FBI agents and who knows what other federal sort of supposed law enforcement officers to patrol around the streets at night. Saw one video of some guys going out there. You can't smoke pot outside. I'm sure they're doing that in Georgetown and around the college students. I'm sure I'm sure they're also doing that there.
Yeah, Howard was picked just at random, I'm sure.
Yeah. But here is Jeanine Pirro, who I'm also sure never drinking outside. And she is on Fox News. And, for the chief, she's now not the chief law enforcement officer for the country, but she is the U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia. So the DOJ, the highest DOJ official for D.C. proper. Her interest in things like numbers of crimes committed in the city seem to be lacking.
Anymore. If we have our way, we will be able to make D.C. safe again. And the president's going to do it. And we've got this. Last night, there were 700 federal and local cops on the streets. And this is what the community wants. They want to be able to be safe. They want to come to the nation's capital and look at the fabulous museums and the monuments that we have here. And last night, there were 43 arrests, and we seized 7 handguns. And every night, it's something else. But this is a message that we're not going to tolerate crime as if that's just the way things go. And I'm tired of hearing that crime is down. It's not down for people who are suffering from violent crime.
And pause it for a second. Crime is not down from victims of violent crime. That is correct.
Yep.
But crime is down. Then the number of people who are victims of violent crime is down significantly. Again, we'll repeat this every day if we have to. 2024 had the lowest violent crime rate in Washington, D.C. in 30 years. And as of today, August 13th, 2025, the year-over-year numbers, maybe things will dramatically change, are 26% lower than the benchmark of the lowest crime rate in 30 years. So we are 25%, 26% below a record for no crime in Washington, D.C. in over 30 years. I mean, so I don't know if that's 50 years. Are we at the lowest crime rate in Washington in 50 years? Maybe. I mean, it is the idea that putting federal troops on the ground in Washington, D.C. is warranted is just a lie. And that's why she doesn't want to hear about the crime rate.
Well, I don't want to hear about the crime rates, but I want to brag about the handguns that I've seized as a federal law enforcement agency. Can you just put that sentence and place federal law enforcement in any other area of the country that isn't majority black and see how the base would react to them bragging about taking people's guns?
And seizing guns in North Dakota.
Yeah, we're taking them from you and making sure that people feel safe. Because what the little trick they do is that the fear that people fear when they're in these big cities is equivalent to violence. We don't need to look at the statistics that would tell us whether or not the city's actually safer or not. We just need to go to people's feelings about being around all these black people. And coincidentally, we're going to pick and zero in on and announce that we're targeting all of these cities that have a lot of minority people in it that coincidentally have black mayors. Those were the ones he listed. He went after Oakland. He didn't even mention Philly. And I was wondering why, because, okay, if we're going to go around Democratic states, blue states with Democratic mayors, he's not targeting Philly. It's it's not even dog whistling. They're basically just saying, if you are a black mayor, we are going to demonize you and attack you and use this urban crime blight thing as a racist cudgel for authoritarianism.
I'll tell you something that is so easy for you to say, Emma. So easy for you to say. You have no idea. You have no concern for people's feelings.
Yep.
Do you know what it's like to be so afraid of being able to, of being in a city so criminal, despite the fact that it's at a 30-year plus low in terms of crime, Washington, D.C. Do you have any idea as to, despite that, still have the feeling of threat that you can't leave your office? Do you have any idea what Representative Tim Burkett, Burchett,
Close.
whatever, feels? No. The answer is no, you don't. Let's
not.
hear how scared he is.
This town is out of touch. Its leadership is out of touch. I like the mayor. She's a nice lady. I just think it's way past that. You don't want to go out on the streets at night in Washington, D.C. That's one of. I come from a family of public educators. That's one of the reasons I live in my office at night. But the other reason is it's too dadgum dangerous, brother. It is dangerous. Everybody knows it, and the people are being victimized.
Congressman, I'll always.
This is not even for people that live in these cities. This is a performance for people who have all these cities mediated to them through like Fox News and the New York Post, but they never actually go to these cities. This is all a performance. This is such a ludicrous lie. People jog all the time at night in all of these cities.
I could tell you that what was last year when I did that nation cruise, and I was on some, I went to go eat at a restaurant. I can't remember where it was, in one of the towns that we had stopped off at, and ate with some other people on the boat who weren't part of the cruise.
Yeah.
I think they were from Portland. They're like, we love New York, but we won't go there. I'm like, well, why? Because of the crime. I'm like, what are you talking about? Is it safe?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, it's safe. Well,
Right.
what are you talking about?
And I've seen it. I've experienced this my entire time living in New York, moving from North Dakota. Every time I go home, everyone's like, "How do you walk into work?
Well,
Like across the city?"
yeah.
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 Like there is less crime, and that's the other thing is like there are places with a lot of violent crime, and it's places like Missouri, and they have higher crime rates than we do here. But it's a fascist propaganda, basically a psyop on the entire American populace to make them afraid of cities, and it's disgusting how much it works, and how much of the media plays into it.
Now, I don't know if all the other Congress people live in their office because they're too afraid to actually go to work.
It's disqualifying, I would say.
Well, I know. I mean, he's got to stay in there. Maybe also, does he wear diapers too? Because he might be afraid to, because I also got to be near the bathroom. I'm in that.
That's what it means to be a mighty man of valor.
There are snakes that can get up in them daggone toilets. Toilets are filled with alligators.
Like, how about representatives not afraid to move through cities? I think that'd be one way to run against this guy.
or move through the halls of Congress.
Now, Tim Burkett has, maybe he's just afraid of just going out because it's not just a question of crime. Maybe he's just prone to bumping into things.
He's clumsy.
He's very clumsy. Here is some audio of him on One America Network.
Yeah, I think it went all right.
Oh wait, no, this isn't it. This
Sorry,
is
Kev.
give me number 4. I'm sorry. This is a video number 4. This is give you a sense of some of the challenges that Tim Burkett has.
Tell us how you're doing. What happened?
I'm great. Well, I actually, my daughter's a barrel racer, and we've got several horses, and my wife and I were bringing a couple in, and I had one. My wife took one in ahead of me, and I was behind her, and a big old horsefly about the size of your thumb landed on that horse's tail end. And I was trying to get it away before it bit it. And sure enough, it bit him, and the horse yelped, and it kicked up, and then it kicked back, and then both feet came up and caught me right in the rib cage, right about there. So I broke a rib, went to the hospital. The trauma center, I guess.
How are we not calling for federal troops to be on that farm now? It is so dangerous.
You can't even root around a
He
horse.
can't even go around. He's got horse flies the size of your thumb. He's got people kicking him in his chest.
It's so irritating to have your city dictated over by people like this moron.
Are we sure that horse wasn't working with some of the more urban horses?
Yeah, I know, kid.
In a secret
Comrade.
Trende
Comrade Clydesdale.
Trende or equine.
First of all, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something about a story that is that specific. Like, if you're sitting there watching that horsefly land on the butt of a horse. Now, I don't know anything about barrel racing. I don't know that much about horses. But if you're sitting there spending all that time watching that horsefly go around right behind a horse, I don't know if you've spent that much time around horses. Like, that's not a... I don't know if I buy that story.
Yeah, it seems like a lot.
Pay a lot of money for the video.
Like, who are you? The horses get bit and they kick off. You don't need to save them from a horsefly. I've never seen that. I heard of that in my life.
That's why they have a tail.
It's a little bit suspect.
Why was his face so close to the horse's ass?
He
feels right at home.
I don't know. Well, here he is. Now, this is a guy who's used to getting pushed around, whether it's by horses. I mean,
He's got PTSD.
listen, here's a reason why maybe Tim Burkett is not leaving his office, because it's not just he's worried about fake crime on the streets of Washington, D.C. He gets bullied by other lawmakers, including the former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Listen to this audio.
Yeah, I think it went all right. Sorry, Kevin. Didn't mean to elbow. Why'd you elbow me in the back, Kevin?
Oh, no.
Hey, Kevin, you got any guts? Jerk.
Has he done that before?
No.
Huh. What's a new
Go
move?
talk to him.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Yeah, I'm a real tough guy.
Hey, what's the matter? Why aren't you still?
He's the victim of a violent crime.
And then
Yeah.
the guy went on to complain to just about anybody who would listen. There's like 5 videos of him talking about how he got
Sucker punched.
He's a Karen.
I got shoved in the back by an elbow.
I can't go anywhere. We should make him a bubble.
I know. Bubble boy.
A big alpha bubble for him.
Yeah, or these are. Isn't he supposed to be packing at all hours of the day?
Jerk.
No tax, just the tip. Does that horse condemn Hamas?
It might have been an Arabian horse.
It could have been.
Good, totally.
Yep.
Tim Burkett, afraid to leave his office because of all the crime.
Happening everywhere.
All the crime. Can you imagine how afraid he must have been 3 years ago or 4 years ago? How long has Tim Burkett been in the house? Because if he's afraid to leave at a time where crime is down by the lowest violent crime in 30 years in Washington, D.C., and then another 26%, I don't even know how this guy ever even got off the plane in Washington.
This is
2019.
This needs to be about manliness. Democrats need to start calling Republicans that are Chicken Little about crime in cities pussies and scaredy cats, and stop feeding the narrative that there is some, like Eric Adams has been, that we actually do have some sort of crisis that literally harms your own
I think there
city.
should be a program where Democratic congresspeople offer to walk Tim Burkett
Yeah.
to the store if he needs anything or something like that. Like, I'll be your
AOC
buddy
walks him
system.
to the
Yeah,
corner store.
buddy system for you.
How do you think Starbucks survives in these places if it's such a hellhole?
They are equating hellhole with being around the unwashed,
Well, that's really what it's about.
regular people.
If you listen to Jeanine
Yeah.
Pirro and all them, they talk about people who are visiting and relatives. That
Right.
They don't care about the local
No.
people at
Absolutely
all.
not, because the local people they've already written off as dangerous criminals by the nature of their ethnicity or the color of their
I mean, we
skin.
have a clip of that woman on Fox News saying that Trump just saw a homeless encampment on the way to a golf course, and that was kind of the impedance for all of this.
I brought my family, says Will Chamberlain. I looked at what is this guy again? He's some
freak.
think tank guy. I brought my family to D.C. for the Cherry Blossom Festival. The first thing I saw when I exited the Les Enfants Plaza Metro was a gang of youths driving ATVs down the street, one of whom was doing a wheelie. So forgive me if I doubt that crime is down. Well, no, first off, let me just say this. A wheelie. It is, we have that in New York City. There's been times years ago, I'm walking down the sidewalk and an ATV comes down and there's like a whole group of people who are driving crazy on dirt bikes and whatnot. But the correlation between wheelies and crime being down, that's where it's a little bit problematic. Without a doubt, it can be dangerous. It's also very dangerous to have a law where in a city, you're going to allow cops to go on a high-speed chase with people driving motorcycles and dirt bikes. People can die in that situation. And until we figure out a way in which you can sort of like apprehend people who are driving those vehicles that you're not supposed to drive in the city and in the way they're doing it, yeah, this is part of the city. Just like you go on highways and sometimes you get into accidents on the highways. But the idea that because somebody's doing a wheelie with an ATV is, I'm not going to forgive you if you doubt that crime is down, because you're sentient enough and capable enough to actually string together 3 sentences. And obviously you were able to purchase tickets to the Cherry Blossom Festival, so you can figure it out. It's just unbelievable.
These people should stay out of our cities. Don't come for the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Although if you get a chance, I strongly recommend the Cherry Blossom
It's lovely,
Festival.
and you'll be beautiful.
No, stay out of our city.
And also, I got news for you. It's also sort of cool to see people do wheelies with an ATV.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dangerous, but it's I mean,
There's no ATVs in
As
the
if people aren't
South.
street racing in smaller towns.
Right.
Kids went mudding all the time in Maine. They just circle their truck in mud. It's just, kids suck.
all right. Can we read a couple excerpts from this Laura Loomer thing, or are you guys going to have to do it tomorrow?
I think we'll have to do it tomorrow.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot more after this. I mean, the stuff that Laura Loomer has been saying, it's been fantastic.
I mean, it's a little gross, so.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.